Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Red Flora Tarot. Thank you for coming to see me. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little rose in the corner to subscribe. And if you hit that bell, that little wiggly bell down below, you will be able to catch all my videos. This is a general reading, so it will not necessarily resonate with everyone. It is also for early June. However, time is fluid and it may not resonate exactly when you think it should. Sometimes it, comes into play in a week before this reading or the week after this reading or maybe next year, Doesn't really work that way. Most of my readings are within a few weeks of the experience or the situation or the circumstance. It's usually somewhere within the context of time and energy that we're presently in. So I want to say, even though it's for June, it may start in May, it may start late June, depending on, when you were born, early, middle, or late placements of your chart. Obviously, this is also for your sun, moon, or rising sign in Sagittarius, respectively. Okay, let me just cut these cards and we'll get going on this reading, my dear Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Okay, let's see what we got going for you. Oh, wow. Very cool. Got the Seven of Cups. Love the Seven of Cups. So, lots of dreams, lots of thoughts about your life, what you want, what you don't want, lots of choices there. There's something you're very specifically looking at, but there's a lot of things going on for you, or a lot of things that are in your head, your thought processes. And based on the cards around it presently, it looks like you may be having a difficult time deciding on all these options. It may be lending itself to a bit confusion because you've got wands on one side, you've got swords on the other. So we've got, earth, wind, and fire going on here, The Knight of Wands always indicates for me a bit messages coming in, they have things to say, things to do. You're kind of like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm standing here looking at all these choices and my feelings, my feels are getting in the way, and that new beginning is not starting because of this indecisive moment you're having. Someone's waiting to hear from you. They're waiting to know what your decision is. They want to know how you feel about it and what you want to do about it. My dear Sagittarius, looks like you got a bit of responsibility on your mind right now, and it may be causing you a bit of grief just coming to this decision, because we're looking at, your home life being affected, people you love being affected tremendously, and you just don't know what to do. Two of Cups in the reverse. Okay. What I say, someone you love, your partner, your lover, your husband or wife, your spouse, somebody is definitely being affected by this decision or choice that you're in your head about and you're dreaming about. And it's very likely that your partner is aware of this. They may not know why. They may not know all of the thought processes that you're having, but they're definitely feeling your energy about it, because right now they're stuck too. Okay, Sagittarius, what do we got going? Oh, I love that. Okay, thank God for that, right? I love happy endings. Okay, with that said, we get the Ten of Swords. So I think perhaps this feeling, this emotion, this thing that you're in your head about, that's creating this, lack of communication and new beginnings on standby, because you felt betrayed. Something happened that made you feel like, you know, it laid you out. Okay? I'm just going to be real explicit about this. It knocked you down hard. Okay? It more than likely affected your relationship. It could be friendship, could be spouse, but it affected some very important relationship to you. Thank God for the star. Because the star is telling me that you're going to come out of this. It's going to take a lot of balance here. A lot of, my feelings are here, my feelings are there. They're both in my emotions and grounded. I really need to just think. And I can get there. I can get to that star moment. But whatever happened, I'm so sorry, my dear Sagittarius. It kind of set you back a bit. You know, it gave you pause, big time. But the star is all about counting our blessings, right? And getting tuned in, tapped in, all of those things. We're going to pull an oracle card from the Abraham Hicks Law of Attraction, just to see if we can't get a little deeper advice on this, my dear Sagittarius. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got, right? Okay, you know, I mean, you know, obviously when we're talking about a time-limited reading, this flat-out emotion, the one that's put you here, you know, it doesn't mean that it's going to affect your whole life, although it's affected your life right now substantially enough, and that relationship or relationships, it looks to me by like one specific relationship. It doesn't mean it's going to change everything, because we've got the star here. This means you're going to pull it back in. You're going to get balanced about it. And, you know, it could be something as simple as someone told you a lie that they went to the movies when actually they went to the bar. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean they did anything wrong. That just means that, you know, it hurts you. And now you're like, step back. You're not communicating. You're not moving to the next step. You're not communicating. You're not moving to the next step. But you can. You just need to find some balance here. Let's pull one of these oracle cards. I can learn to prioritize my attentions, my intentions. So maybe this situation occurred because one of you, you know, wasn't completely honest about something, because your intention led you to thinking that this was, you know, this was just avoiding some drama, and your intention was, or theirs was really not a bad, awful thing. It says it's important for you to identify which intentions you most want to fulfill, because as you prioritize, you give your singular attention to what is most important. And as you give that singular attention by the law of attraction, you attract the power unto that intention that is most important to you. So, I mean, in other words, it's like, look, I didn't mean to hurt you. This was not intended. I can get here, but I need time to balance so that I know what my actual intention was. Or maybe you need to talk to that person that hurt you and said, what was your intention? And what did you mean when you didn't, you know, where you weren't honest with me? We're going to pull one more to help with where to look for that guidance, you know, within your heart and your soul and your mind. And this is the Ascended Masters by Doreen Virtue. And spiritual law of attraction. I can never say this. Melchizedek. Anyway, What I love about this guy is he's telling us that perhaps one of you, the one that was deceived or feels deceived, kind of figure that was going to happen, right? You in the back of your mind somewhere, you almost drew it to yourself. Maybe you were, feeling not so loved for a moment, and you inadvertently attracted your friend, or they inadvertently attracted from you the need, or feeling the need, to be less than honest. It happens, right? It happens all the time. So your intent was to actually, or their intent actually was to just not create drama, not to be, a lying, deceiving, bad person. It's just, you thought that this, this standstill, this thing that we're up in our heads would be better served by just maybe not talking about it, not telling about it, not reaching out and loving this person and trusting that relationship, because this is a great relationship, okay? This is a tight relationship. And somebody had a moment of not trusting that. And so they hurt you, or you hurt them. But you can get that balance back if you just talk about what your actual intention was. And you can call on that by simply believing and knowing that this actually is a great relationship. You just need a few minutes, right? We all do stupid things sometimes. Okay, it happens. But this relationship could probably handle it. You wouldn't have the star here saying, all right, let me get my head together. Worry, fear. So amidst that worry and fear, you have attracted inadvertently some painful situation. That's okay, because Sagittarius, you can switch that around, and you have the power. And if you ask for that from your higher guides, your higher self, you'll get it. You just need to communicate what your actual intention was, because it doesn't appear here that it was supposed to be this painful for the other person. It really wasn't. You have a good relationship here, or you did. But this situation caused you to hurt each other. And that happens. I mean, you can't have a long-term relationship or a solid relationship without hurting each other on occasion, right? So that's where it comes to, what was my intent? What did I really mean to do there? Certainly didn't mean to hurt them, or they certainly didn't mean to hurt you. And if they did, maybe you need to move on, okay? That may be that. That may be, maybe I need to move on. I need to give up this relationship, as good as it was at one point in time. I don't see that really being the case here. I see that as being, somebody just kind of, I kind of messed up. I shouldn't have gone out and did that and not tell my partner, communicate that. My intention was to just, like have a good time, or have that new thing or whatever, and not really hurt that person. This is pretty painful though, okay? So whatever happened, it really did hurt the other person, or you, a lot. But I don't think that was intended. So Sagittarius, take a deep breath and know that intentions are usually good, and whatever occurred, I can't see this as being intended. Somebody just wasn't really listening to their higher self, okay? So take a deep breath, Sagittarius, and know that they love you. Whoever it is, they didn't mean to, okay? Have a great day. We'll see you soon.